Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
This is our Frieren OP and ED 2 reaction. Check out the episode reaction on our channel soon, if not right now. Check that out. Let's get right into it. OP2. Ooh. Very chill.
Mm-hmm.
I like the style is really consistent with us. Ooh, who are those girls? New characters. Is that a young Flom? There's that elf demon person, whoever that was.
Creepy looking elf.
This animation is insane.
Lots of new people.
Lots of new people. Holy. Is this gonna be in the next town, or is this like...
the next, like, whole part of the journey?
Yeah, whoa, that looked so cool. What if that was the Demon King? And the Demon King was actually like this little... elf girl person.
That would be cool.
I wonder if it's like that's like in a magical academy, or it was 17. I thought it was 16. A lot more magic users as it's gonna turn out. It looks like.
Oh well, they're going to get Frieren
certified.
Yeah. So they're.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, have to see a bunch of other people.
Oh yeah, is that in the next town? I feel
yeah,
like
that's why
that.
they have to go there.
Right. Ooh. Reprise with the different visuals. I love it. It's like the monster ED almost. Whoa.
So cute.
Is that Fern? Yes, it must be. I love this style so much.
I really like it. Whoa.
Damn. Whoa.
Whoa. It's so spooky.
Ooh, I got chills a little bit.
Cinematic version of the song. I almost cried.
Test takers. What'd you think of the OP and ED?
They really don't miss.
They do
on
not.
The ending especially.
The ending especially, I think... I'm glad they kept the same ending, because it's going to solidify... Or the song.
Yeah.
I'm glad they kept the same song, because it's going to really solidify that song as, like, the Frieren song.
But it's, like, so good
and
because
I love it.
It's... I'm pretty sure... Like, it's like a different version. Like, that's not
I think
just...
it's made in a different part of the song.
I don't think so, because I've listened to that song.
Oh, I haven't listened to the whole song.
Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't listened to it that much. But it seems like a new arrangement.
It's a reprise kind of thing.
Yeah, and a little bit more like orchestral, or a little bit more. Oh, it's so cool. I just
You like the hem of flower?
It's like that's what she's like reaching for, but then it's like she gets Fern like.
Well, she lays down in front of the gravestone at the start, and then Fern's there cradling her. So like Himmel, she's like remembering people, and then she finds Fern and is now looking up at Fern as well.
Yeah.
But then Fern's all eyes are... So there's a double meaning there, because it's hopeful, but it's also this, like, hopeful, this bittersweet thing as well, obviously.
It's like
because Fern is human, too, and that's why she is taking place at the gravestone, because she will eventually die, and her eyes are closed because she will eventually die as well. And Frieren, but this time Frieren's eyes are open, is actually witnessing and taking in, you know. And the fact that the ending starts at the gravestone, like, after everybody's already died, and then she's, like... kind of regretting it,
and then she like goes through the woods and like all this like darkness and like loneliness, and she finds Fern, and it's like she's reaching out to this like closed flower, like she's like reaching out to like her like memories of Himmel, or like a
bud of possibility.
A bud, and then like Fern like bursts out of there, and
with her hair thing as well bursts out, like takes shape. And then there's Frieren reaching up to an angel that's the goddess.
I thought that just...
The flower blooms and then turns into...
That it's...
is that
Fern?
Fern? Oh, I didn't notice like the twinge to the hair and the bangs.
Yeah.
I thought that it was like the goddess, but no, it makes sense that it's Fern. And with the ribbon, the red thread of fate.
And also Fern's little hair, because she had a ribbon in her hair, and then she got the nice clip as well.
Yeah, well, the fact that Fern is this sort of Frieren's sort of new chance at like humanity or whatever, understanding humanity, and wears the ribbon representing this red thread of fate, that they're connected on some deeper level in a way that's really important.
And especially in this episode where it's like, you know, Frieren is...
And she's following it. Through the forest, through the darkness, she's following this red thread of fate that is obviously held by Fern. Sorry,
and how she's like, sorry, I lost it for a second. I just love it as well. Like in this episode where Frieren is like acting like a mother to Fern, and then we see like this whole ending, and it doesn't focus on anyone else really. It just Fern and Frieren, and then also like Himmel's memory, and like the idea of that, and the idea of like passing of time, and like Frieren.
I still wanted to talk about the OP.
I'm still talking about that. I'm saying how the ending
is fitting
it
for this
really
episode.
Illustrates that, and like is perfect to come in this episode where that was like a theme, you know.
Yeah, I 100%. And the opening was good too. I think that honestly, I like this. Well, it'll take some time because we at the first, you know, what's the name of the artist that did the OP? We kind of said in the last OP reaction for the show, like, you know, not every big new fantasy show has to have this kind of OP. I feel like it, especially in one that's not an isekai or that is authentically like fantasy, you know, without like a modern element to it. I feel like that sort of style of an OP doesn't fit quite as well. It's not a terrible song. It's not a bad song. It's actually a good song. And I feel like over time it grew on me a lot more. But I like the style of music that they chose. It's a little bit more.
But the visuals are quite consistent.
And that's what I really like about it. That's what I wanted to compliment what we kind of said during the OP, that it is really consistent. And that it feels very connected to the last OP, because a lot of times, and it is one season, I'm sure next season maybe it'll be a little bit of a different style, but I love that they seem to have, it's probably the same director if I had to guess, because if it's the I can't remember the name, but if it's the person that I'm thinking of that directs these OPs, I always like the style that they take, and it's always great. But then we got some little lore bits in the OP as well, like a lot of new characters, probably from the Magical Academy. There's this kid with like the white hair and the blue eyes. You always know that guy's gonna be badass when he's got white hair and blue eyes. Then we got this person that was in the last OP. I want to say girl, but you never know.
Yeah.
But like looking like an evil pink Fern, like with the bangs and the whole hairstyle, but also elf, seemingly elf. I was holding out maybe it's a demon, maybe it's like Demon King, maybe it's Frieren's sibling or mom or previous student of Flom, because there's a similar. First of all, the architecture in the back, there's like these Roman columns, and we noted that there is this Greeks or Roman style to Flom's clothing when we were talking about Flom in that whole flashback. Similar clothing, similar attire here. And there was another like little flashback before all this. It was like a little flash to a twin version standing on a cliffside.
Looked like...
There's Flom running, and then there's all these people here. There's this person with the hair. I think it's flashing between like past and present. It's not like weaving a story. Is this maybe... I don't know what this is. This, again, similar sort of like a toga wrap type thing with the button there. Similar kind of style. But you never can really tell, so it's hard to say in that little shot. But then there's this twin... Oh, that looks like Frieren with the hair like that. I was thinking
that looks like Frieren, and then that looks like the other one.
And Frieren's sibling.
And they look young. Like, they both look young together.
But if this background is any indication, again, there's these, like, Roman pillars or columns. It looks like it's maybe maybe it's setting up like kind of a Xerxes type thing.
Well, it's like if you look it up, there's like this like palace looking or like cathedral looking place.
Maybe like before Frieren was found by Flom, there was like the elves were like a greater society and then were hunted out by the Demon King, and Frieren didn't know about all that. Maybe she's too young to know about like the height of the elves, and then they got finally hunted down in their one little village later or something like that by the Demon King, because the Demon King was obviously really trying to get rid of elves because they were a bigger threat magically to the Demon King's reign. At least that was our postulation based on regular fantasy tropes and what makes sense given how powerful Frieren is. But so there's a lot to unpack in the OP, and then there's just a lot of cool characters. And there's I
want to see that flash of there. Yeah, like getting like crowned.
It seemed that's why we were thinking. Like I was thinking from the beginning, maybe it was gonna be that was the Demon King. At first, I thought that it was Aura in the past OP, just looking weird, and we were gonna see like a flashback of Aura, but we never did. So then I was like, okay, it's probably somebody different. Because you can never tell, like, elves and demons are, like, the demon characters are supposed to mirror Frieren in a certain way, and I think they had pointy ears, did they not? They didn't? Okay, I'm crazy, never mind.
They had horns.
Yeah, they have horns, but I figured they're not fully consistent with every single thing. Oh, now there's, like, yellow hair? Or is that just the lighting? You can't really tell. It looked in the previous OP like they had pink hair. But it would make sense if it's
white or like light pink. It looked like.
Yeah, in the previous OP, but in this one, it looks like it's maybe gold, and it'd be like the opposite of Frieren's
like a
color
silver
scheme,
and
like
gold.
silver and gold, Kinkaku and Ginkaku.
Oh my god, it's literally Kinkaku and
It is literally
my
Kinkaku
favorite
and Ginkaku.
Naruto characters.
But what's this like hair putting on the cloak? Oh, there was Oh wait, hang on. There's a timeline here. First flash, all elves in the forest. Maybe in the destruction of the village, this person went off to the city.
And
yeah. And then now in
like,
this human city with all those with all that architecture.
And then
time passes and now it's more modern. You see the lampposts and you see the other architecture. This is the school.
Well,
that's the school. That's the school, maybe.
It's this person has like become like the god or like the
the ruler of the magic city
of this place, because
retaining
as we
all the
already
knowledge.
talked about, like the reason the elves have an advantage is because they can work on their magic for so long, like similar to with demons, but like demons focus all on one thing, whereas elves can kind of do whatever. And when you're there for long enough, people just do what you say because
you have authority, you have seniority, yeah. So if this person was an elf in Frieren's village got destroyed, everyone but Frieren died, except, actually, there was another person that survived. But instead of getting picked up by Flom, they ran away, came here, learned magic from another person, possibly even a demon or whatever. That's totally open to possibility. Practiced their magic, became like the pillar of this magical renaissance, and like the figurehead of it, and maybe even established this school if it was over 1,000 years ago. Frieren was in the forest for 900 years. It's been 80 years since she destroyed the Demon King, so over 1,000 years. So having an elf, building this sort of city structure around them, or bolstering it at the very least, maybe it was like a township or a village beforehand, with this constant sort of guidance from this magical person, constantly, honing their craft, establishing the school, or just, again, bolstering it. Maybe it was already established. It was already a magic city 1,000 years ago. If it was a magic school, sometimes those things can last longer than just a city. So it's possible that they just came here and then sort of rose through the ranks over time and just like persisted with that knowledge. And now it's like the city of magic. It's like this magical superpower, and this person might be at the center of it or in the belly of the beast, like not really the main figurehead, but controlling things from the inside. That would make sense with the themes of like hiding your true power with Frieren. maybe they're not the principal of the school, but maybe they're, controlling the principal or have influence over the principal or something like that. The head advisor or something like that. A faculty member, or maybe not even that, just literally in the background. But then there's this hair, and it looks like the hair of that other girl with like the long, crazy hair. This one, it looks like this hair because she has really long hair. And if she's in this magic school, maybe she's an attendant to this person, so she has hair power, and she is the the secretary to this person. Here. And then we see Frieren and Fern kind of facing off in a way against what looks like this person, because they put the cloak on. They walk forward, bam, 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 and then Frieren opens eyes, awakens to the situation, and then they're in this magic-looking chamber, all going around. They're kind of at the ready. And this person's standing in opposition to them in some way. So I don't know if they're going to be full-on antagonist or more just like an anti-villain type thing.
Not really.
Not an anti-hero, but an anti-villain. They're not evil, but they're, not great. They're the opposite of Frieren, where Frieren, has the potential to be a great enemy and danger to humanity, but because they are, because Frieren cares, she remains tethered and she's trying to learn. Maybe this person is kind of the opposite side of that, where they're going down a different kind of path, but that doesn't make them necessarily fully evil. Yeah. Or maybe they are just fully evil, but I don't know. Anyway, that's the OP reaction. Leave a like and subscribe. Go check out our episode reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.